you ever met a family so perfect that something felt wrong from the moment you stepped into their home? A family who smiles too much, talks too softly, and watches you even when you're not looking. Tonight's story is about a man who rented a room in a quiet suburban house owned by a friendly husband, a cheerful wife, and their two well-behaved kids. They seemed normal, too normal, until he learned the truth that the family he was living with was never real. This is The Family That Was Never Real. My name is Aaron. Last year, I moved to a small town in Georgia after losing my job and breaking up with my girlfriend. I felt like starting fresh anywhere but the city. Money was tight, so I looked for a cheaper place to live. That's when I found an online listing for a room in a family home. Warm, friendly environment, affordable rent, private room, dinner included. The photos looked perfect. Clean house, nice quiet street, smiling family of 4. I reached out immediately. I got a reply in less than 5 minutes. We'd love to have you. You can move in tomorrow if you want. It was fast, sure, but just wanted stability again. If only I knew what I was walking into. The moment I arrived, the mother, Linda, opened the door before I even knocked, like she was waiting behind it. She greeted me with a huge smile, the kind that shows all your teeth. "Welcome home, Aaron. We've been excited to meet you." Behind her stood Tom, the father, tall, square shoulders but gentle eyes. Soon, 2 kids appeared, Emma, maybe 8, and Caleb, around 12. They all stood perfectly lined up, perfect posture, perfect smiles. It felt like stepping into a family commercial. Come in, Linda urged, pulling me inside by the arm. The house smelled faintly like lavender and something else, something metallic. Dinner was already prepared. They insisted I eat with them. The kids stared at me the whole time, not blinking, barely eating, just smiling. When I asked questions, where they worked, how long they lived there, they answered too quickly, finishing each other's sentences like they had rehearsed it. Something was off, way off. But the room was cheap, and I was desperate, so I ignored the unease crawling up my spine. Huge mistake. My room was small but neat. The window was nailed shut from the outside. Linda said it was for safety. Around midnight, I heard footsteps in the hallway, soft, slow, like someone walking barefoot. I opened my door. No one was there, but the steps continued, right in front of my door, pacing back and forth. Then I heard a whisper. "Is he asleep yet?" It was a child's voice. "Emma? Caleb?" Another voice, older, responded softly. "Not yet. Keep watching." A cold shiver ran down my back. I stayed awake until sunrise, listening to them, pacing, whispering, waiting. The next morning, all 4 of them were sitting at the dining table smiling again, like they hadn't spent the night stalking my door. "Sleep well?" Linda asked. I lied and said yes. The kids giggled in unison. I noticed something strange about the family photos on the wall. Every picture had the 4 of them, but their poses were identical. Same clothes, same smiles, same lighting, as if they had taken hundreds of pictures on the same day, pretending they were all different occasions. One photo caught my eye. The background looked like a backdrop, not a real location, almost like stock photography. "Beautiful pictures," I said politely. "Thank you," Tom replied. "We cherish family memories." His smile didn't reach his eyes. After lunch, Tom told me I could explore the property, but warned me not to go near the backyard shed. He said it contained dangerous tools, but that only increased my curiosity. That night, when they were all asleep, at least I hoped they were, I went outside. The shed was locked with a metal padlock, but the wooden wall had a cracked panel. I peeked inside, and I nearly screamed. Inside the shed were mannequins, dozens of them, some dressed as the mother, some as the father, some as the kids, all in the same poses as the family photos. And in the center of the shed was a half-finished mannequin with my clothes on it, my jacket, my jeans, even my shoes I had left by my bedroom door, like they were replicating me, creating a version of me. My hands trembled. I stepped back, and the grass behind me crunched. Someone was standing right behind me. I slowly turned. It was Emma, But she wasn't smiling this time. Her face was blank. Empty. You weren't supposed to see this, she said softly. Emma grabbed my wrist with shocking strength for a child. Her skin felt wrong. Too smooth, too cold, like silicone. Come inside, Aaron, she whispered. We need to fix you. I twisted out of her grasp and ran inside the house, locking my door. But then I heard it. 4 voices whispering just outside my door. You need to stay. You need to stay. You need to stay. I called 911. No signal. My phone only displayed static, like something was blocking communication. I turned off the lights and stayed in the corner. After 30 minutes of silence, I thought they left. Then the doorknob turned. Slowly, gently. Let us in, Aaron, Linda's voice called. We have so much to show you. I could hear the kids giggling behind her. Leave me alone, I shouted. Silence. Then her voice changed, lower, rougher. Come out. Now, ow. The politeness was gone. Something had slipped through the mask. Around 3 a.m., the house went silent. I cracked open my door. The family was standing in the hallway, perfectly still, facing away from me, motionless, like mannequins. I crept past them, heart pounding. Then Tom's head snapped toward me without his body moving. His neck cracked unnaturally, rotating further than humanly possible. We were so close to finishing you, he whispered. I bolted down the stairs and out the front door. As I ran down the street, I looked back. They were standing in the doorway under the porch light. Tom, Linda, Emma, Caleb. Just standing, smiling again, not chasing me, not moving. Like they were posing for a photo, I managed to reach a gas station and begged the clerk to call the police. 2 officers arrived and followed me back to the house. But when we got there, the house looked abandoned. Dust everywhere, furniture covered in sheets. No family photos, no food, no signs of life. The officer turned to me. Are you sure this is the place? I swore it was. He checked his tablet. This property hasn't been occupied for 5 years, he said. The previous tenants disappeared. A family of 4. My stomach dropped. What happened to them? He hesitated. We don't know. Only thing people reported were strange figures standing in the windows at night. I looked up at the house. In the darkened second-floor window, I saw 4 silhouettes, watching me, smiling. The police didn't see them, but I did. For weeks after moving away, I tried convincing myself it was trauma or hallucination. But 2 weeks ago, I found something under my bed in my new apartment, a small plastic bag. Inside, a tiny mannequin, with my face crudely drawn on, and a note. We're almost finished. Every night after that, I hear faint footsteps outside my apartment door. Soft, slow, the same pacing as before, and sometimes I swear I hear a child giggling. If you ever see an online listing for a perfect family offering cheap rent, think twice, because some families aren't real, some families copy, some families create, and once they choose you, they don't stop until they finish. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe for more terrifying tales. And remember, if someone knocks on your door late at night, make sure it's a real person and not a family that should not exist.